We are, in fact, into the second game, and actually, right from the get-go this time, some funny business coming out from the side of IG's. The group as 5 heading to that top lane.
IG looking for a quick invade 5-man up top lane. We're seeing that THCE around top side. 2 of them, Vladimir in the tri-bush. Oh, we might see something happen here.
He doesn't react. He flashes away before the auto comes through from Crossfire, and the flash Q going to miss from Crossfire there. In his defense, he was trying not to clip the hook onto the terrain. That obviously wouldn't have resulted in a hook. I think instead, he was trying to lollipop the Vladimir by extending that hook to the max range and thus extending the hitbox. But yeah, doesn't get it in the end. It looks a little bit awkward. I think if he's playing Blitz or Thresh there, he hits that.
He would, yeah, definitely. Obviously, because Nautilus Q does hit terrain. Oh, very unlucky.
Oh, yeah, he's going to chunk out Rip Kang here. Taking a lot of damage himself, though. Really not a simple case for Vorpa. And to be completely honest with you, I think this is going to hurt Vorpa more than it hurts Kang.
Some good orbs towards Kayn already then. So obviously,
Yeah.
that's a good start for Kayn there. Obviously, Vorpa losing a bit of health there. Might struggle a bit because Vladimir did get that back off. So now he's full health, while Vorpa may be about 70% health now.
Vorpa, I mean, he's already missing HP is the problem, so he gets that also Q onto Vladimir. It's going to make his life pretty difficult. Actually, Vladimir taking so much damage here. Yeah, opting not to also instead just get under the safety of that tower as quickly as possible. And yeah, that went better for Vorpa than I thought it would. Clearly knows the champion well.
Close hook there from Crossfire.
Yeah, so look at that first soul stack, trading with Bubba while the supports too. Making one of Bubba's lives difficult. You see Vorpa under fire from the ranged champion there, and actually a really good hook from Crossfire to land this time. He likes to come down as well. Forces a flash as Bubba continues to chase forward. He'll going to keep him alive for the time being, but has to be careful of the Q auto from Bubba T. Is Vorpa now going to take another Q to the face from Vladimir? Really, I really like the aggressive trading of Vorpa here. Really knows the matchup well. Getting as much damage as possible down. The Condemn going to come through onto Doomgall into the hook. First blood's going to come down for Vayne. White Rice now in trouble. Crossfire should... oh, actually, he's not going to survive this. Another tower shot coming down. White Rice takes that. Doesn't go quite as well as you'd like, but early kill onto the Vayne. And a lot of CS missed for Senna. Really good for them. It's
Vorpa's
needs to be really careful here. I think Vorpa's going to flash kill him. Oh, not anymore. Wait, maybe I was wrong. He flashes forward, gets the Q, one more also gets it, and this is as a result of Vladimir walking out of turret. He should have stayed way under turret there.
Very well played from Vorpa there. Definitely very well played.
Absolutely. He could have traded 1-for-1. It's a shame. But Vorpa sees the opportunity. And as we've said before, really aggressively takes it, as he's been doing all of these trades too. So well played.
We see just Kayn taking Scuttle, trying to get as much vision down bot side. We have Lulu, who obviously nothing much happening in the mid lane, just a lot of farming, just a lot of scaling to get to the late game, to get to the mid game, to the late game, trying to get to...
Kayn could be in trouble here. Nautilus going to walk into him. Nautilus is only level 2 though, so not too much damage. Actually, I don't think he needed to flash there, but nonetheless does it to get away. Crazy Boy now flashing forward, going to force the perspective summoner from his opposing mid lane. You can see actually who's gone for Ghost again. Really likes Ghost, Aiden Latank here. Yeah, it's not a summoner spell you see used very often, especially on these sorts of mid laners. So I think it's just personal preference.
Up here in the top lane, Vorpa, he is scaring Vladimir away very well. He's just keeping him out of XP reach, out of CS reach, just trying to make him lose as much as possible. Vorpa playing that very well. Obviously, we did say that his trade with Kayn was a bit on the bad side, but clearly redeeming himself with the top lane matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I keep looking at the Dark Seal that Vladimir took. I don't understand why after game 1 you would opt for the Dark Seal here. I understand it's really good on Vladimir, but you're just not going to get any stacks realistically, particularly with a Kayn jungle. A champion who is pretty bad at ganking, to be completely honest with you. Lacks CC, lacks damage before form as well. And as a laner, you have to provide what he lacks. You have to provide that damage and early game presence. This is the complete opposite of what Vladimir has. So I think the Dark Seal was a really overly ambitious decision, and Vorpa making full use of it because his superior stats with that Doran's Blade definitely working in his favor. He can now take that first Drake.
Oh, Crossfire missing that hook. Sadly hitting this range.
Just going down. White Rice is on the way. Is Kane going to get out of there? The Flash actually going to keep Dougal alive as well. White Rice now trading with Rubber T, who could be brought down. One more auto should get it, and it's so frustrating playing against the Vayne Lulu when she gets into range of you with that passive Vayne has. You just can't escape. Kang now could be in trouble, is in trouble. Rubber T takes that one, now looking onto Dougal, who too is brought down. Katie Boy taking a lot of these kills for a Lulu, but nonetheless contributing to the success of these early skirmishes. And IG exploding out the gates, perhaps with even more velocity than last time.
Very sad to see from THCE side, just them dancing around in between the two towers. I mean, IG dancing between the two towers and getting those kills, and really THCE not getting anything from it. So it's just very sad.
Actually, a really nice Hex Flash there from Crossfire into the hook, and he's then going to follow that up. They need to tank for Bubba T here, but they don't seem too keen on doing that. And White Rice should actually. Crazy Boy's still here, so he's going to make life difficult. Dougal comes in with the headbutt into the slam, brought down, the shutdown going over to the center, who's going to breathe a sigh of relief. Pacific now positioning aggressively, but a slight misplay from IG there.
Just to see a Lulu from a blue.
How long was Lulu sat there doing nothing?
Here we have TF pushing in mid lane while Lulu was sticking around bot lane. Oh,
should be dead here. Vorpa going to get out pretty shortly. Gets the flash instead, and Dark Seal further being questioned by me.
Vorpa really dueling it well. Yes, I think I would have thought that maybe Vladimir should have gone Doran's. Doran's, obviously, with the item changes now, if you don't have mana, the passive gives you health instead. Yeah. So obviously, if you kill something, you get more health. I think it's a much more defensive item. I mean, it's better than dying, I'd say. It's very easy to just stay alive as much as you can, because you're going to be queuing minions into a Fiora as a Vlad. I don't think you want to be fighting early either, because Fiora queues just reset, trying to get that Q back like every 2 seconds. So I don't, and while Vladimir Q lasts around, I don't know, 6-7 seconds cooldown wise. So you really don't want to be dueling a Fiora, and a Doran's ring or even a Doran's shield would have helped you very much in that.
That's the real crux of the issue. If you're ever in range to trade with Fiora, she's in range to Q you. She's in range to make that decision to say, okay, I can win this despite the fact that I'm going to take damage on the retreat. So when you have these inferior items, you just make her life so much easier because she knows that you're already fighting with a disadvantage. Vorpa now going to back away slightly, but I mean, he's in such a good position here. He can freeze this wave.
That the CS discrepancy, you can see very well that Vorpa knows what he's doing against this Vladimir.
He's dead. There's nothing he can do here. The Hemo player going to get decent damage onto Vorpa, but it's not enough, you can see. As the Q comes through, Vladimir having a really torrid time, and this is exactly the win condition IG wanted, but they've also got Vayne free kills, so they're winning on both sides of the map. TF ultimate going to come through here, with that yellow card going down, gets a stun onto Crossfire, who's trying to escape. Q not going to give him any safety though. Pacific shielded and altered by Crazy Boys. Meanwhile, Kane falls to the Sin. Right, Rice hit by the Q, but should be okay for the time being. Bubba T without that ultimate perhaps isn't being too keen on making another fight happen, and Crazy Boy going to take that blue buff. And you see IG just continuously winning these skirmishes, continuously taking away these resources right under the noses of THCE, and it must be really frustrating to play against.
See another invade, just like last game, where we have four people from IG coming into THCE's jungle, getting as much as they can and leaving. Really, not much loss there. I think they lost the support obviously because he missed his hook, sadly, to the terrain.
Sneaky, yeah? Well, I say sneaky. He's actually been seen on that, thankfully. But apart from that, an attempt at sneakiness from Pacific, which you like to see. I think Rip Kang should be hitting form pretty shortly, coming up to this 10 minutes. He's been in a lot of fights. So we're probably coming up to the stage already where Pacific actually isn't going to be able to bully his opposing jungler so much, but his team will. That's the thing. Pacific radios in. He's going for a light bit of counter jungling. and his entire team teleports into the Grob. They throw their ultimates at everything in sight. They're really committed to the cause of making Rip Kang's life an absolute misery.
With around 15 seconds till Dragon coming up, I think both teams will be looking, as you can see, Rip Kang is in the bot lane, trying to look for something to happen just to get that secure a Dragon, but obviously nothing coming from it. It's Infernal as well, so that means a good amount of damage coming through if you get that Infernal Drake. People pinging in.
Yeah, and it's one of the rare occasions where Cloud Drake would actually be pretty nice, particularly for IG, because Vayne, she pops that ultimate with Cloud Drake. She's pretty much untouchable. Crossfire now going to root Rip Kang into the queue as well, Polymorph as well. All the CC being laid down in a matter of seconds. Bubba T now kiting backwards, going to be looking to get damage onto Rip Kang. He knows his true target, but for the moment there's no one there. Bubba T now kiting backwards, has the ultimate pops, has the damage being laid down, but the members of THCE actually working together force them back. Double flash there. Gold card going to go down. Going to be cleansed immediately, but not going to matter as shortly after the W from Zen are going to land and the kill going to go down to Aiden LeTank. That's really good team play from THC. That's exactly what we want to see from that composition, and they played that pretty well.
They brought everyone down they needed, and they got the kill that they needed from Vayne. But very well played from IG there, using all the CC they can to try and keep away that Alice, try and keep away that Kane, so they could secure that Infernal Drake. So from that, I'd say it's an even-ish trade. We did get Vayne's. They did get Vayne's cleanse, but that'll be up in about 100 seconds. So
the headbutt into the stun. He's going to get that Q down as well. And unfortunate stuff for Crazy Boy. That's what you get for playing Lulu, as he's brought down. The members of THCE actually working together really well as a team over the past couple of minutes. We could see this Rift Herald very much available. They could use this. If they got this now, they could probably take down top turret as a unit, as a group of 3 or 4. Vorpa.
A 3-level difference between Vorpa and Vlad. Oh,
absolutely disgusting. Vorpa can 1v2 this, but can he 1v3? That is on the way, and actually Pacific's there too, as they're going forward with the headbutt into the ground slam. Vorpa brought low, ticking down, but alive for the time being. Rip Kang continues to retreat back, but he's away from the potential of the Lee Sin Q, and it's a disengage from both sides for the time being, as Vladimir breathes a sigh of relief. He can get some CS at least.
Oh my goodness, it's now coming to still around a 50-ish, 40-ish CS lead from Vorpa there. Vorpa, 300 gold bounty on him as well. He is playing top lane very well. It's just we now need to see if IG can keep that pressure on top lane, if they can then move that pressure down throughout the map, and see if they can take anything else.
He's honestly going to one-shot Vladimir if he ever gets on top of him. With that Essence Reaver, the burst is terrifying, and he only needs 1 or 2 crits out of the multiple auto attacks he's bound to get to really put the hurt onto Vladimir. So
very scary coming from Vorpa. He's playing this very, very well. That Vladimir can't even walk up to try and Q, with the danger of Vorpa just queuing him and then instantly just killing him straight away.
Now Lee Sin taking that Rift Herald. That's a shame from THC. They were in a prime position to take the Rift Herald, go together as a unit into that top lane, and not necessarily look to fight, but certainly look to get plates down onto their members. Instead, they ignore the objective. They try and get that kill top. Despite really kind of not being in a position to do it, you see Vorpa, by the time the Alistair arrives, he's almost under his turret, and Easton arrives to swell the party. It's a real shame, but Rip Kang now looking for Vorpa. Vorpa can definitely 1v2 this. He's getting that damage down. Aiden LeTank there is there, though. The sun going down with the Senna too, who brings that shutdown into her own purse. So, you know what? I've got to eat my words there. I was just criticizing them. They work together to get another coordinated kill to the side of THCE, who will really bring this game back.
Very nice from them, from THCE there. Well, you can see really the only way for that Vlad to really do anything in that lane is if there's four other champions trying to help him. But still, Vladimir gets something from that. He gets a CS. Vorpa dies, gets that 300 gold bounty towards Senna as well. So Senna is now scaling even better. We'll just have to see. THCE looking fairly strong now. They're playing into their comp, into IG's comp pretty well. And yes, we can see that Rip King has his red form, so that's great. That's great to see.
Yeah, it's all coming together on that mid and bot side. The main concern, of course, is in that top lane. We've seen Fiora just die to the coordinated strike, but what happens when she's split pushing and the next objective, that being right now, is about to spawn? It's going to put some really difficult questions to the table, and Fiora probably going to be looking to, she knows this is an opportunity to make something happen in that top lane as people gravitate towards that Drake. Particularly with it being the third Drake, IG, THCE are going to really be going hard to stop it from going down. But King now looking to defend his mid turret. They don't crack it, which is really good for THCE. Actually, they're going to kill it anyway. Never mind. This would be really good for THCE, retaining some level of control in that mid lane. Instead, it's the absolute dream scenario for IG, who, after taking that Rift Herald, use it to gain complete dominance over the mid lane in lieu of this Drake spawning. They can put down vision, they can set up defensively, and ultimately, they can force the side THCE to come into them, because you really don't want to give this Drake up. It's only 15 minutes in and you're going to put them onto Soul Point. It's a pretty awkward situation for THCE.
Soul Point is something you
come
do
through
not
into the chain CC, going to be brought down. Probably more property takes that kill. Idle in the tank takes that yellow card onto Crazy Boy, but gets ulted by Nautilus shortly after. Double kill for Vayne, who continues to run forward, continues to look for the kill. Now looking at the Alistair, the buff from Lulu, going to make so much hurt come down, and Alistair, actually a pretty awkward cue there from Bubba T. Get a plan. He escapes. Alistair, no doubt count his blessings, although. Oh no, Alistair, no, as he's brought down one more auto, ought to do it, takes two instead. Bubba T takes that on a killing spree now. Just took a little bit longer than he might have hoped.
I think Vayne there might have thought she had healed. Saw that cleanse.
Yeah.
But, Vorpa just here, getting so much pressure from just split pushing as a Fiora. As you can see, he took that early lead into just completely trying to snowball it throughout top lane. And now they just need another 4-man, 3-man gank.
Actually, Vorpa avoids just about everything there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. By him to dodge away from the center ultimate, repose the Kane W, and instead is not punished at all for her adventures. We can see she's got about 1,600 gold in the bank, should bring her pretty close to that next item. If the Vamp Scepter already in pocket, actually going for the I forgot what it's called because I'm stupid. Shield bow to make her really difficult to bring down in just about any situation. And IG, they're laughing right now because just about everything has gone right for them over the past 5 minutes or so.
Yes, IG did have a few bumps coming up. Obviously, clearly, THCE had a few kills coming towards them, a few objectives. But obviously, IG's now just they're on Soul Point. They've got priority over down bot lane. IG have their turrets up, while THCE don't have their top turrets or their bottom turrets coming up. So side lanes are looking a bit weak. Even mid doesn't have its first turret. So IG just looking on.
Oh no, slow is all she needs. Vorpa now forcing Vladimir into an immediate pull, but it won't be enough as a flash too, going to just about get him out of there in time to survive. As Fiora does burn the ultimate, so it's not for free at least. It's Dungu now going to be forced to flash away. The knock-up coming through from Aiden though into the hook from Nautilus, going to make life pretty difficult. Crazy Boy is there. Pacific with the kick. You can see without Vayne, there's so little they can do. They're so far ahead, it just doesn't matter. As now the side of THC are looking for more. Pacific with a really good pick there, with the Sonic Strike landing, picks out Vladimir. Continues to retreat backwards. Vorpa now with the flank and look for White Rice. Going to one-shot White Rice, who forces the flash. Meanwhile, over in the top side, Rip Kang brought very low, might burn out here, and does to the Nautilus. Dungal next on the table. Polymorphed and brought down by Crossfire. Some animal cruelty there. And Bubba T just in the bot lane, shoving this entire time. We saw that was pretty close. You can see how long the fight went on without the Vayne, but I think an ingenious play by the Lee Sin to pick out that Vladimir just shifted things in their favor, and from there, with Vorpa arriving, it ended up being a bit of a cakewalk for IG as Vayne continued to funnel gold into herself and split push.
IG just still looking so strong. As you said, Vayne wasn't even there, and they still somehow come a bit above on top. It just shows how far ahead IG really are here. Vorpa now just going to take the mid lane turret, with trying to look for.
He's trying to get away, but actually going to queue away from the knockup. Vorpa just playing so well. Playing all of these games so far. Really impressive stuff from the top laner.
Oh, that didn't that center W did not hit my screen, but I was thinking about it. Yes. Now, obviously, IG now have free reign to go throughout THC's jungle.
Isn't going to. Vorpa just exudes fear right now. The whole side of THC does not want to engage onto her. Bubba T positioning quite far forward. Friend's going to come down. Not mistaken for heal this time, as Google going to get a knock up onto the backline, but not going to matter. Booby T now on a rampage, looking for the Vladimir, who's forced into pool. Meanwhile, Vorpa takes down the opposing team's jungle. Double kill now for Vayne. She continues going forward. Lee Sin so aggressive, looking for the kills under turret. It's a quadra kill for Vayne, who shreds through every single one of THCE. And my game's frozen.
I think they might have surrendered. Wow. Yes, there you go. A decisive win for IG there. It looked like it was a bit bumpy, but there we go. IG clearly taking the win.